my brief is about evolving ProDirect's business model and transforming it going into 2020. So I've got a problem that I need to solve, and for the other retailers out there, you've got the same problem, and that is that there are lots of amazing statistics, but realistically by 2020 it's going to be the user experience that really will overtake price and product as a key brand differentiator. So this is about looking at going back to ourselves being a sports shop on a street corner 30 years ago, looking at what our USP was then. We had a business model which was basically choice and availability. Our second business model, or the business phase of the business model that we're in now, is creating high value content, and that's us curating the content and curating the experiences for our consumers. And this next phase of our business model transformation going into 2020 is to create the ultimate in-user experience. And that's by allowing the consumers to self-curate their experiences.
This was the brief that ProDirect set us. First of all, to elevate sports retail to a new level. So we wanted to create a very premium experience that was very different from other multi-brand retailers and direct competitors. We want to create a physical manifestation of the ProDirect online offer. So the physical store is a bit like almost stepping inside the website, but everything's at large scale, it comes with audio, it comes with great lighting to create a really immersive experience. And the other thing that's a great advantage of the physical store is that customers can touch, feel and try on the products, something they obviously can't do online. We wanted to create flexibility to update the store in real time, so the digital content in the store, that can obviously be updated immediately. Some of the physical components in the store, they also can be changed out very quickly, and I'll show you how shortly. So whether it's a new boot campaign or the latest football news, it can go in store straight away. So there's always something to see, something new to see.
Before we can kind of go on to developing these brand experiences and brand concepts, we really needed to dig down and find out who is our core consumer. And we looked at lots of data, and we carved it up in a million different ways, and we used lots of personas, and we did all the design thinking stuff that designers like to do. And at the end of a very long process, we basically worked out we've got two types of consumer. We've got freeloaders and super fans. And super fans are those people, the early adopters, the ones that will pay anything for our product. And the freeloaders are those ones that don't want to pay anything for our product. And so it became critical to us, for this consumer, their desire to be physically immersed with physical product in store is the reason we've come back to the high street.
In parallel with defining the customer journey, one of the first design tasks was to explore different display systems. And what we have arrived on was this grid system. So the whole store is based around this grid system made up of 350mm square tiles, which happens to be the perfect size to display either a single boot or a pair of boots. And those boots can be side on or they can be face out, so that the super fans can see all the different foot plates and the different stud designs. You can see that there. We created those square tiles in a variety of different depths, so some of them protrude out into the space to create texture and profile to the wall. And then there are different types of tiles, so obviously some of them display boots, some of them are graphic tiles, some of them are light boxes, and some of them are special showcases for kind of real statement level boots. And then what we've also done is integrate a whole series of different digital screens of different sizes, so we've got a very kind of flexible system to work with. And that grid system, that plays out across every surface of the store, so the floors, the ceilings and all of the walls. And what it allows us to do is tell different types of stories. So we can tell a kind of micro story, so a very small story about maybe an individual boot on one or two tiles. We can take up a section of the wall to tell a bigger boot story or a collection story, or we can do a full wall takeover or even a full store takeover with a real big story, and we're going to show you some of those a bit later. Quite a flexible system. So the flexibility obviously comes with the grid. The digital screens, we can update those instantly. So ProDirect headquarters can send through that feed and switch out content on the screens. What's also quite nice is that the physical elements as well, so the square tiles, they can be changed out by store staff or by visual merchandisers, as you can see here. So it's kind of like the ultimate plug and play flexible framework. So those are the flexible kind of components. And then just in terms of that customer journey, so this is the store exterior. The front part of the store is what we call the brand initiative space. So the brands, Nike, Adidas, they can put their campaigns into the store in these full height digital screens, which can be visible as you come up and down the streets. It's quite a narrow street that the store's in. There's also the front portion of the store. If the brands have any installations or additional props, they go into the front of the store. And then the actual physical product from that campaign can be displayed on the hero boot pedestal in the centre of the store. So just moving inside, so those are those hero boot pedestals in the centre. There's then a series of what we call browser podiums, so 6 of those. So those are touch screens. So customers can browse through all of those lead boot stories. Those actually face the wall because very often the content on the screen relates to the physical product that's displayed on the wall. So that's obviously the wall system, the perimeter walls using that grid system that I explained. And the rear wall, that's got sort of a full horizontal strip of screens in it, so that it's perfect for displaying really big messages that are the full width of the store that can be seen out from the street for maximum impact. Into the corner of the ground floor, this is a feature we call the boot monolith. So this is a display of limited edition or signed boots by the world's leading players. It's proved to be quite a popular space. We're finding that a lot of people stand there and pose for photographs, which they then share on social media. So ProDirect kind of capitalised on that and actually featured a lot of the photographs on the screen at the bottom of the stairs. So that just updates constantly as people take new pictures. So social media, that sort of seamless link, very, very important for the store. Over on this side, this right-hand side of the basement is the boot trial wall. So this is a display of all of the latest and greatest boots, not just from Nike and Adidas, but from a whole range of other brands. So this is obviously where you can ask for your size and you can sit down on the bench to try those on. At the back of the store there is what we call a football cultural wall. So this is kind of a flexible space. It can be used for displaying stories maybe around a big tournament. It can be used for showing, displaying actual fixtures or matches. And players or experts can use that to do presentations on that big screen. And then over on the left-hand side here is the apparel section. So we've got, again, a series of browsers there. They're for browsing through apparel collections. So you can see kind of a range of coordinated apparel. And if you select one of those, it actually appears on what we call the digital mannequin. So that player or that model is in that particular collection that you select on the browser. This is the social media wall, so customers can scroll through all of the latest social media feed from the LDN19 store site. And then up at the top, this is quite a nice feature, this is the leaderboard. So these are the top scoring boots from any given time from any of the European leagues. What's also quite nice is that the physical elements as well, so the square tiles, they can be changed out by store staff or by visual merchandisers, as you can see here. So it's kind of like the ultimate plug and play flexible framework. Additionally, there's LED lighting in the store. So it's all divided up into different sections through the store. There's this rather cool app, which is on the manager's iPad, where you can literally just select a channel and change the colour of the lighting in a section to reflect either the lead boot story or a collection story. So again, it's all about creating a really immersive experience.
But what's become really popular is the brands coming in and doing these full store takeovers. So coming in and dressing the entire store for a specific boot launch. So in this case, it was the Nike Shine Through takeover, where Nike have come in, brought their own VMs in, gone and redressed the entire store. We've created all the digital content for it and published it up, and it's become a key part of brand executions now for their product. Again, this is another takeover. Adidas chose to use LDN19 as the core of celebrating the 20 years of Predator. So another look at it there. We have the flexibility of these windows as well to do the brand engagement on the windows outside. Internally with the Whiteout execution. Again, here it's the ability to get super immersive as well. So the LED lighting has been a key component for us there. But what we do as a business, and what we're able to do through this space, is to go to these heritage brands like Pantofola. It's got a little boot factory on a hill in the hills of Tuscany. It's been there for 150 years. We're able to take and they hand make the boots there. So we were able to fly over the boot manufacturers or the boot makers themselves, the cobblers, from Italy, and dress the store entirely like an Italian boot maker's shop, like a shoe, a cobbler's if you like, and create a real sense of theatre about it. And then it's become really cool for this sort of stuff, so player appearances. So this is one we did with Podolski for the launch of our publishing company, Soccer Bible. And again, when we're looking at our super fans and we're looking at our neos and that real engaged first, sell second, this is the sort of stuff that's really capturing the audience. It's just this niche within the niche.